Hello everyone. Thought it was about time we did another Martins Hill Mercury. It's obviously been a difficult week for racing with the revelations that have come out about what's been going on at Gordon Elliott's over in Ireland. The punishments come out. I'm sure there'll be people that think it's too lenient. There'll be people that think it's too harsh. We'll all just have to work together to move on and try to restore the reputation of the sport that we all know and love. We've also, I'm afraid, had a very difficult week in the yard this week. It started with the very sad loss of Exploiter at Hereford, and then sadly the week got even worse. We lost Phantom of the Oscar after a very bad injury at Doncaster on Friday. So as you can imagine, there has been a cloud over everyone this week. Against that background, it's quite tough to talk about the runners and what's been running well. But we've had a couple of really nice runs, couple of almosts, couple of nearlies. Ami Dubois was one of the highlights. Ran a super race off a career high mark in the Veterans Chase at Doncaster. He now goes straight to the Grand National. He should get in. He still needs a few to come out. But look, we're still a month away, and I'd be pretty confident he gets into the top 40 of what should be a fairly nice low weight. Lord Scoundrel, one of the other veterans in the yard, also ran a super race at Doncaster on Friday, finished second, just beaten half a length. Better ground was really the key to him, and hopefully we'll now have a really fun spring with him. So he's one that it's always lovely to see the old boys running well. Phil Healy also took a good step forward. She'd run well in bumpers. She'd been a bit very disappointing first time out in over hurdles, but again better ground. She finished a solid third behind two nice horses over 2 miles in the novice hurdle, and you'd like to think there's a bit of improvement still to come from her. Pop the Champagne ran well under a penalty in her bumper. Her little brother's coming over from France in the next couple of weeks, so be very pleased to have him as a new addition to the yard. Dawn Treader ran well on the flat, finished second. Again, he just ran into one, the second time in 3 runs, sadly. And then Alfoski, Foxtrot racing horse. Again, he'd been disappointing in a good novice at Fakenham first time out on ground that he really did not like. But this week, down at Taunton, ground still a little bit dead, still a little bit tacky, but ran much better. For a horse that has been in training a good while, he is still very, very green, and he's still a bit clueless in certain ways. So there's plenty of improvement still to come from him, and he's going to be a nice one as the spring goes on, I think. Looking to the future, now that the good ground's coming, there's plenty of opportunities for plenty more horses. Dublin 4 runs this weekend. He should enjoy the better ground. He should enjoy the step up in trip. He ran well at Wincanton over what was probably an inadequate 2 miles, so hopefully 2-4 at Huntingdon will suit him. Telsome Barley and Wild Water will both go to Newcastle. Wild Water, first time in a handicap. Trip might be a little bit short up there for him. Telsome Barley, 3 miles over the big fences up there. Hopefully that'll suit him down to the ground. Ask Henry won't be too far away. He's one that likes decent spring ground. He hasn't run obviously through the winter, so we'll have him out. And Mr. Cuddles, who she was last seen running really well first time in a handicap back at Hexham, up at Hexham last autumn. She will come out now that the ground is half decent. She's a bit like her big brother Skip the Cuddles. She is lazy as anything, so she'll take a bit of driving, but hopefully she'll run well back in handicap companies again. Get the Pot, we'll go handicapping. He is another one that every time we've run, we've said he'll be better on better ground. He'll be better on better ground, and I'd like to think that that's exactly what we'll see. Whether he's good enough to win first time out in a handicap, well, we'll have to wait and see. But I think we'll see a bit of improvement from him, and he's another one. He's got a lovely attitude, so hopefully we can get a win under his belt this side of the summer. Marvel Sands will be out before long. Last seen out in a listed Ascot bumper before Christmas. He will go probably in a couple of weeks. We'll look for somewhere midweek under a penalty, see how we get on. And then a new mare, Get the Game. She'd run a couple of point-to-points over in Ireland, and she's not too far away. We've just freshened her up a little bit since she came over, and she'll go for a mare's bumper before too long. So as I say, at the end of what's really been a very, very sad week for us personally in the yard and for racing generally, hopefully there's a bit of sunshine on the horizons to come in the next few weeks.